2:47 local time. Coordinates 31.2 north, 52.1 east. Iranian Strategic Missile Command lies in fire and dust. The complex burns across 3 square kilometers. Concrete still radiates heat. American Special Forces sweep through collapsed hangars under night vision. They move fast, 20 meters between operators. Infrared cameras track movement through smoke. 2 Iranian officers are pulled from a half-buried shelter. They are alive, disoriented, covered in dust. The feed locks onto their faces. "Confirmed capture," says a calm voice on the encrypted channel. The timestamp flashes again. Every wall here is gone. Every launcher is twisted metal. The war has already ended before anyone knows it began. The data record freezes on that moment before rewinding 6 hours earlier. 2041 local time, Persian Gulf. USS Florida, an Ohio-class submarine, sits 50 nautical miles off Bandar Abbas. On her deck map, red icons begin to move. 144 Tomahawk cruise missiles leave vertical launch tubes in sequence, each interval 3 seconds. The submarine shudders with pressure release. Above, in dark skies, a carrier strike group aligns south at bearing 140. USS Roosevelt, USS Higgins, and USS Tripoli all register launch authorizations. The first drones lift from catapults at 240 knots, heading northeast toward Iranian airspace. Their cameras record only black water and stars. Inside the Roosevelt's Combat Information Center, operators count launch confirmations aloud. The board turns green. Everything looks perfect. Every system reports nominal. 2100, altitude 8,000 meters. 312 Kamikaze drones form a single grid formation stretching 120 kilometers across. Satellite feed shows the pattern as a moving swarm. Each drone flies at 610 kilometers per hour. Altitude variation less than 5 meters. They carry shaped charges and carbon wings. Operators in Nevada watch feed lag by 4 seconds. One analyst notes signal interference on channel 19. It's dismissed as ionospheric distortion. Iranian radar is lighting up, but controllers assume jamming will hide the fleet. A thermal overlay confirms hundreds of heat signatures moving in unison. "All vectors steady," says the mission director. He believes full synchronization is holding. On screen, the strike looks flawless. In the data, error already exists. 2106, Kerman Province, Iran. At an air defense post, radar technicians stare at a flooded screen. Dozens of contacts appear and vanish across 60 degrees of azimuth. The base commander orders defensive posture. Launch positions 1 through 4 ready. 3 mobile launchers rotate toward bearing 230. The radar returns seem exaggerated. Too many to track. "Decoys," says one operator. "They're using mass reflections." He is half right. He doesn't know that the reflections are physical drones descending from 8,000 meters. Convoy trucks begin loading personnel from underground storage. Engines start, rumbling through the valley. Iranian officers believe they have 8 minutes before confirmed lock-on. They are wrong. The drones already hold GPS coordinates for their vehicles. 2109. 50 miles offshore, USS Roosevelt's CIC glows under red lighting. A sensor officer reports intermittent signal dropout on the northwestern quadrant. The air operations controller checks telemetry. Every track reads active, no loss. The signal filtering system has begun compressing overlapping feeds, interpreting genuine Iranian radar bursts as echo clutter. "Maintain launch schedule," says the commander. Below deck, deck crews prepare the next drone wave. The flight deck is covered in vapor, engines howling at 120 decibels. At 2110, the Roosevelt's catapults fire the final set of 20 drones. Flight path, Mach 0.7, altitude climb to 7,000 meters. The sky fills with blinking IR beacons. On satellite feed, the swarm is a cloud. Operators cheer. Control feels total. 2112. Tehran orders retaliatory readiness. IRGC missile units in Desful and Kermanshah report contact with American jamming. Their missile technicians switch to optical guidance. 6 Sagil ballistic missiles roll out of hardened bunkers. The Operations Center's clock shows 21:13:12. Iranian crews begin fueling with nitric acid. A general steps into a reinforced command truck, radioing westbound. Evacuate command staff immediately. He believes evacuation corridors north will remain safe for 20 minutes. 10 minutes later, every road north of the base will be on infrared lock. They can't see the drones yet. They can hear them, faint buzzing like wind through wire, growing louder. Above 5,000 meters, contrails begin to form visible silver threads. One Iranian radar tech looks up, realizing too late. 21:15. Altitude 10,000 meters. Cruise missiles from USS Florida cross Iranian coast at Mach 0.75, 30 meters above terrain. Terrain following radars keep them inside valleys. Thermal plumes streak across night cameras. Iranian surface-to-air missile sites light up and fire in dense bursts. 6 missiles launch from Kerman, 4 from Yazd, all chasing decoys. The American jamming blanket misplaces half their locks. To the Iranian crews, each radar hit looks like a kill. Impact confirmed, someone shouts. In reality, they are hitting each other's echoes. Radar displays bloom white with interference. The sky appears filled with hundreds of targets, but none are real, except those already over the horizon. Control centers report success. American operators read the same interference as total suppression. Both sides believe they're winning. 21:17, satellite overpass, resolution 2 meters. The Iranian Strategic Missile Command Complex shows power flicker. Multiple heat blooms detected. Drones are diving. 49 drones crash into radar masts, detonating at subsonic speeds. Air pressure drops 5 millibars within 2 seconds. Iranian surveillance cameras cut to static. Inside the central control dome, lights go out. A commander's voice over VHF. Backup power engaged. No one answers. The data link collapses. American Signals Intelligence in Bahrain notes, loss of emitter's signature. They think the site is neutralized. The real underground launch units remain sealed, power isolated, preparing second volley. No one on either side sees that residual heat from destroyed equipment, hides the bunker's exhaust ports from infrared tracking. 21:19. Over central Iran, an American drone wing loses telemetry. Command on Roosevelt registers 58 blind units. Autopilot engages. The drones revert to secondary target matrix. Search and destroy of any emitter above 100 degrees Celsius. That includes friendly munitions still in airspace. 2 drones strike disoriented cruise missiles, detonating midair at 1,200 meters altitude. The shockwaves trigger Iranian SAM proximity fuses, causing chain detonations across 3 sectors. Operators in Nevada see only sudden light flashes and data loss. Looks like chain neutralization, says one. They assume defenses collapsing. The mission director nods. Proceed to phase 3. The map updates. Red dots multiply across Iran. No one realizes many represent drones falling uncontrolled, scattering fragments that mimic further strikes. Iranian convoys move north at 60 kilometers per hour. Night vision dash cameras show scattered fires along the highway. American reconnaissance drones circle at 3,000 meters altitude, shadowing infrared lights of engines. At 21:23, the first missile impacts hit the primary base. 17 Tomahawks strike in succession, each carrying a 450-kilogram warhead. Ground tremors register magnitude 3.8 on local sensors. Iranian officers in convoy vehicles watch shockwaves rising behind them. Radio chatter confirms base destruction. The general in command repeats, "Continue north." 1 minute later, a Predator drone identifies heat signatures of the same convoy and transmits coordinates to orbiting F-15ES. The jets fire 4 small-diameter bombs from 25,000 feet. The convoy disintegrates in 4 precise flashes. Only 3 vehicles remain. USS Tripoli launches final drone wave. 30 units at 290 knots, altitude 6,000 meters. Their mission: verify target destruction and relay visual confirmation. Over central Iran, debris still burns at 900 degrees Celsius. Air temperature at surface reads 38 degrees Celsius. Wind 12 knots westward. Drones record crosswinds scattering smoke trails east. Cameras capture dozens of flaming craters. Targets eliminated, says one controller. Another corrects him. Still heat signatures at grid 52.1. The command center marks the zone as secondary bunker possibility. Meanwhile, Iranian command still alive underground sends encrypted message to nearby artillery. Fire all remaining missiles. The message is intercepted but misclassified as scrambled telemetry from destroyed radar. On screen, it appears as data noise. No one reacts. 2131. South of Tehran, a hidden IRGC battery activates. 6 Zulfikar short-range ballistic missiles rise from camouflage tubes. Launch noise reaches 160 decibels, shaking hillside dust. Acceleration 4.2 GES. The rockets climb past 8,000 meters in 12 seconds. Their trajectory aims west, toward coordinates where American drones loiter. Satellite sensors catch infrared trails, but U.S. automatic filters suppress duplicates, mistaking them for friendly signatures. Iranian launch crews watch ascending streaks vanish into clouds, believing the counterstrike successful. The underground commander radios, "God is great, we hit them." At the same instant, Roosevelt's radar finally separates hostile trajectories from clutter. The intercept window is 6 seconds late. Drones remain in flight, unaware of inbound warheads closing at Mach 4.5. 2133. The first Iranian missile detonates midair after proximity fuse triggers from drone exhaust heat. The explosion consumes 30 drones instantly. Fragments rain over 200 square kilometers. 2 Tomahawks also destroyed. American operators interpret simultaneous losses as self-detonation from proximity interference. Chain reaction, not enemy fire, says the mission controller. He's certain, based on pattern recognition models, that Iran has no missiles left. The next moment, remaining 5 Iranian rockets descend toward drone control bands. Ground-based antennas on Roosevelt detect static surge. Bandwidth collapses. Drones lose link across all frequencies. Autonomous failsafes initiate dive sequence. Hundreds of drones drop altitude, scanning for alternate emitters. One finds American SEAL team beacons 100 kilometers inland. They're moving to capture Iranian officers. 2135. Alborz foothills. Altitude 900 meters. 12 SEAL operators advance through smoke. They wear IR strobes for identification. Drones overhead misidentify strobes as enemy designators. 4 Kamikaze drones dive at 400 knots. Explosion radius 50 meters. 2 operators thrown into debris. 4 wounded. Command ships receive distorted telemetry, showing enemy artillery impacts. In reality, it's friendly drones hitting friendly troops. Within 1 minute, the error corrects, but too late. Surviving SEALs regroup and continue, guided by ground radar. They locate 2 vehicles overturned by earlier bombings. Inside, high-ranking Iranian officers lie unconscious. A medic confirms pulse. "We have them," he says. Extraction helicopter en route, ETA 7 minutes. Overhead, fragments still fall from the sky. 2139, altitude 12,000 meters, B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. Shadow 11 passes over western Iran at Mach 0.8. Payload 8, GBU 57B bunker busters. Target, residual heat signatures at Missile Command Complex. Release altitude, 11,500 meters. Bombs fall in pairs, impact time 43 seconds. Seismic sensors register 4 shock peaks, magnitude 4.0 to 4.3. Underground tunnels collapse. Airbursts push debris clouds 1,000 meters high. Command posts at Al Udeid confirm total destruction. U.S. Special Operations Team requests evacuation immediately. Radiation sensors show no anomalies, but debris toxicity rising. Helicopter Falcon 23 lands at grid 31.2. 52.1 at 2146. Extraction complete 2147. Onboard video feed captures last view of burning base fading under night horizon. 2150. Iranian counterfire radar still shows ghost signals. Operators attempt to relaunch remaining missiles. Fuel pumps fail. Communications lost to southern batteries. In Tehran, emergency broadcast declares enemy aggression repelled. No confirmation follows. Across Persian Gulf, Roosevelt and Florida report strike concluded, all units safe. In Bahrain, analysts note one anomaly: faint radar echoes near Hamadan moving east at 200 knots, possibly surviving drones, possibly debris. Data inconclusive. In total, 412 American missiles and 308 drones launched. Estimated Iranian missile expenditure, 16. Estimated functional defenses remaining, 0. Satellite imagery at 2200 shows 80% of Iranian launch infrastructure destroyed. U.S. casualties, 6 wounded, none killed. 2205. Persian Gulf horizon glows faint orange. USS Higgins launches final recovery drones to verify aftermath. Cameras transmit slow rotation over blackened terrain. Infrared shows 2,000 degrees Celsius heat pockets still active. Engineers aboard Roosevelt log them as continuing secondary detonations. Operators believe mission entirely concluded. One thermal anomaly near the Caspian border continues to pulse at regular intervals, every 42 seconds. Analysts argue whether it's cooling metal or power source from undetected reserve site. Command classifies feed as non-essential. We'll check tomorrow. The video ends there. The Gulf surface is calm, reflecting light from returning aircraft. The operation, named Silent Dagger, is officially logged as complete. No alarms, just silence, heat, and static across the screen. 2210. USS Florida begins descent to deeper depth, 180 meters below surface. Crew listens as sonar picks faint echoes of underwater turbulence, possible aftershock waves from inland detonations. The captain notes it in logbook. Residual activity continuing. Above water, Roosevelt turns west toward Bahrain at 24 knots. Deck crews secure launch equipment. Over encrypted net, a final confirmation. All captured officers en route to Diego Garcia. The flight will take 8 hours. Mission success rate 99.8%. One analyst reviews final satellite frames. In the upper right corner of the infrared map, a faint new heat bloom appears, where no strike occurred. Coordinates 35.5 north, 48.3 east. Unknown source. The report closes. System shut down. Night falls over a burning country. 2213. Final telemetry packet from last surviving drone returns partial footage. Altitude 3,400 meters. Camera shows terrain scattered with missile casings and collapsed bunkers. Audio picks faint crackling. Secondary detonations continuing. Then a flash, and the feed cuts. Transmission ends 2:47 local time, the same timestamp stamped over the captured officers' faces in the opening record. Circular confirmation complete. Operation Silent Dagger's loop closes. Everything destroyed, yet one unexplained signal remains somewhere north, pulsing in intervals. Nothing left to interpret, only residual light on sensors, static hissing comms, and unreadable movement across the ash field. Total silence after overwhelming noise. The systems stay online, waiting for a signal that never resolves.